Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's episode of Lewis Presents. I'm here in Radland Road, Canning Town, London E16, here in the East End of London. And what's behind me is Hallsville Primary School. This school was rebuilt in 1948. It was built on a school named as South Hallsville School. What happened here on the 10th of September 1940 was one of the worst civilian disasters of World War II. In this school, in 1940, 600 men, women, children and Royal Navy personnel were awaiting evacuation. The local authorities had been warned that this was not a good place to be used as an air raid shelter, seeing as the Germans were concentrating their bombing into this area and around the docks at Silvertown and the Royal Docks area. During the night on September the 10th, 1940, a parachute mine landed on the school. It split the school in half and created a crater 20 foot wide. Rescue squads went to work the next day. They could only recover so many people. They said the death toll was 77. The actual death toll was 600. A lot of the bodies just couldn't be identified. Today there's a memorial to the men and women and children of this disaster in the East London Cemetery in Plaistow. My own grandmother said that she had a relative that was involved in the rescue squads, the digging the next day at this school, and was so overcome with emotion, the trauma was too much, he had to stop digging. In 1948, the whole area was tarmacked over, and they believe there's still bodies today under that school that were never recovered, could never be identified. And so today we have Hallsville Primary School. But the sad reality of this was that Winston Churchill and his government kept it all under wraps. They kept their mouths shut, fearing that this would be bad for British morale and a big German propaganda coup. They kept it quiet for the best part of 70 years. But in the last few years, people have started talking about this. In 1990, the Queen Mother put a memorial up in that school to the men, women and children that was lost that night. And down at the East London Cemetery in Plaistow, there is a big memorial down there that I'm sure will be well attended next Sunday for Remembrance Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, Remembrance Sunday is nearly upon us. Let's not forget these men, women, children and Royal Navy personnel that sadly lost their lives. Next Sunday, they will not be forgotten, lest we forget. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Lewis Presents. It was entitled Hallsville Road 1940. Thanks for watching.